So you have to write an annotated bibliography, do you? And your teacher wants you to add a title page? In APA format? Oh my goodness. Well, let's just go ahead and figure out how to do this. Let's show you how to do this. First thing we want to do before we do anything else is we want to set up our page. Make sure our page is set up correctly. And it's pretty easy to do that. So before we do anything else, we're going to go to Page Layout. And we're going to go to Margins. And we want to make sure that everything is 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Normal, 1 inch. Great. If it's not, click on that. Everything is now 1 inch. Fantastic. That's good to go. Next thing we want to do is make sure our paragraphs are the way they should be. And there's a very easy way to do this. Under the paragraph settings here, if you go to, there's a little box right here that says paragraph settings. So you're going to click on that box. We're going to use this a lot during this video here. So click on this. And it opens up a new window. Okay. Well, we need to change a couple of things right away. Everything in APA is double spaced. So under spacing here, you'll see line spacing says multiple. What the heck is that? No, we don't want that. We want it to be double spaced. Double spaced. In addition, and this is huge, okay, Microsoft Word already adds a space between paragraphs of the same style. That's bad. We don't want that, okay, because it's going to add some extra gaps. We don't want that. So you make sure you have a check mark in that box. So that should say double, that should have a check mark. So, and then you hit OK. So again, you've got the margin set up, you now got everything double spaced, you got rid of any extra gaps. So again, if you just click on this little box, make sure that says double, make sure there's a check mark there. Okay, very good. Now we're left aligned. Now we can actually start working on the paper. So we are going to then create the title page. So to create the title page, we need to create the header. So if you go to the top of the page and you click up here, double click, whoop, that opens the header section. Now APA, the different thing about this is that the first page header is different. So we have to let the computer know that. So under header and footer tools, it says right here, different first page. Make sure that is checked. Do that before you do anything else. Check mark that. Okay? If you don't, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Make sure that's checked. Now we can go ahead and do the page number. So over here, go to page number. I'm going to add that, click on that, the top of the page. And we want simple plain number where it's on the far right side. So don't do anything fancy down here, just do plain number. Okay, now also double check to make sure you have Times New Roman 12 is set up as your font. Because if you don't, this will be a weird font and that's no good for anybody. That needs to be Times New Roman 12. So that was already set up for this paper. So make sure you do that as well. Okay, so back to the header and footer tools. Back up here, whoop, like that. Okay, now I can type the title of my paper. This is a little different than you may have seen before, but just go with it. Remember, on the first page, it's got to have running head. Now, notice that the R in running is capitalized, the H is not. Running head. And then I'm going to hit my cap locks because I'm going to type in the name of my paper, which is How APA Formatting Saved My Life. Okay, well, I've got a little mistake here. I didn't put a space there. Boop, there, got rid of that red line. And then after the life, what I'm going to do is hit the space bar again. And now to get this where it should go, after I've hit its space before the 1, if I just hit tab, boo, it's all the way over here. That's the way it should be. Okay? Running head, How APA Formatting Saved My Life. That is now set up. Now we're going to do the rest of the title page. So, oops, just double click to get out of that. It kind of turns gray, so if you double click back up here, it's all black in color. If you double click under here, that goes away and that's kind of gray. That's good. Okay, now we're going to center this. And then we're going to hit enter like 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to type in the name of the title of this paper. Which would be, this is actually an annotated bibliography of How APA Formatting Saved My Life. Okay, that's what this is. Okay, then I'm just going to hit enter. That moved it already down 2 spaces because we already set up the spacing. Type in my name. And then type in my school. Okay, my title page is done. Boom, I got the running head, I got this set up, I've got this. Woohoo! Now it's time to get to the rest of the page. To get to the rest of the page, or the rest of the paper rather, I'm going to show you a trick. So after college, you go to Insert and Page Break. When you click on this, it'll push you down to the top of the next page. Okay, so Page Break, that's how you did that. Now that we're on the next page, we want to set up the header. So again, if you double click at the top of the second page, boom, boom, we're now back up into the header section. Okay, just like before, we're going to put the page number in, top of page, over here, and ta-da! See, it's already got it 2, because the other one up here was 1. If you do it that way, it'll automatically page it for you. Yay! Now, for this, the title again needs to go in, but we don't need running head. But again, it should be in all caps. How? Okay, let's try that again. How APA formatting saved my life. Space, then hit the tab, and it's good to go. Okay, now again, if I double click out of the header, I am now down here into the next part. Now we need to put in, now we're ready to actually create our actual paper. Well, we need the title up here, which is this. So I'm just going to copy this, go up here, and I'm going to copy that, come down here, and then I'm just going to paste that. Okay, so there's my title. Now I'm ready to do my first source. So first of all, so I'm going to go on a new line. Now this shouldn't be center, so I'm going to go back to left align, align left. Brings the cursor over there. It just so happens that I've got my information over here on a separate document. So here's my first source. So I'm going to copy that. It's already in the correct, the way it's written is correctly done. Okay, so but I got to put it here in my annotated bibliography. So then I'm going to go right click and then I'm going to paste. Okay, now good, that's double spaced, but the format is not quite right. And we'll show you how to fix that in just a second. Okay, in addition, so let's say this is the summary that I had written about that article for my annotated bibliography. Okay, so I'll go to another line, and then I'm going to paste that. Okay, so again, I've got my source, then I've got my summary. Now, the formatting is not quite right, but it's fairly easy to fix. What you're going to do is you're going to highlight all this, basically the source, not the text of the summary. Okay, just highlight the source. We're going to go back to our friendly little button up here for paragraph settings. Going to click on that. Now, the indentation on this is going to be different. We need to make this be hanging. If you click on hanging and you hit OK, you'll notice that it makes the title over here on the left, the next line is down below it, which is it's indented. That's good. Okay, that's an easy way to do it. Now this text, it needs to be even, okay, so then the summary needs to be done even more. So I'm sure there's different ways to do this, but this is the way that I do it and it works for me. I'm going to put the cursor here before the first word of the summary. I'm going to hit tab, I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to hit tab. So I hit tab 3 times, and then I hit backspace. So that was tab 3 times, and then backspace. Now you'll notice that my whole summary is all indented basically twice. Let's just fix that, made it all go in there nice. That's the way it should look. Now I'm ready to do my next source. So if I hit enter, it goes down here. Oh my gosh, but that's not where it should be. No problem. Just hit backspace and it's back where it should be. Then we go to our next source, which is this one right here. And copy it. Go back to this document. Again, we're going to paste it. It's not correct, so we go in here and highlight it. And we go up here and make that part hanging. Now that's gone in. See how these 2 lines are now hanging? Because only the first line should be over here. This is all part of the same source. And then I'm going to write in so I need to add my text again. So let's say I have a different paragraph. I didn't write a second paragraph, so I'll just use the same one just for an example. Go back to this. I'm going to paste my summary of that article. Now this is all messed up, okay, but no problem. We just hit tab. We just hit tab. We just hit tab 3 times, backspace once, and ta-da! So the way, when you're done, this is the way the page looks. the title, and then you've got your first source, okay, and then it's indented if it goes more than one line, and then you have all your summary indented twice. Yes. So that's kind of complicated, but you'll notice that when we're done, it looks the way that it should. Yay! So follow these directions and you'll do great. You can do it. I know you can.